Still part 5, I guess. Point 1. I had to use nostalgia filter again because I'm working in the shop and that leaves a big old line on my face. It's fucking brutal. It looks like I've been all abused and shit. But I was in there thinking about my childhood, you know, coming up. And I trying to stay linear with this, but dude, it is what it is. I can't remember 50 years of fucking adventure all in linear time because some dipshit wants me to. So, 7 really was a year for me, but before then, I was just thinking about my little stuffed animal when I was very little, probably 2, 3, 4. A little stuffed bunny. I don't know why, but that was my favoriteest thing ever, and comforted me. And when I went from the crib to the big girl bed, which I was 18 months old, y'all, and I remember that. And that little bunny went with me when I'd go sleep up in my mom's room when she wasn't there because it seemed safer up there. Little bunny would come with me, and I remember one night being woke up in the bed because my mom and grandmother were having a fight because why wouldn't they? That's when we went to go live with Marty at the trailer park. That's a upgrade from a 4-bedroom Cape Cod, eh? Mm-hmm. I couldn't find my bunny. And I was like, we'll get it later. And I never did see my bunny again. My grandmother was pretty famous though. She always had these tag sales, And she would take your shit and just sell it. So you'd be like, oh, where's my favorite shoe? And she'd be like, oh, I sold that for 25 cents. You'd be like, it was a $10,000 shoe. She's like, well, shouldn't have left it later on. You'd be like, it was in my bedroom. And she'd be like, whatever. She had these tag sales all the time. And being she was a geologist, it was always geodes and rocks and ball jars. And she would go to thrift stores and then turn around and sell the shit to people at a yard sale for more money. So she was pretty frugal that way. And I remember one year, about 7, I went from having a stuffed bunny to a stuffed fox. That's what my mom got me, and it was great. Like, for a little girl, the thing was almost as big as me, and I love that thing. Fucking, an asshole she married, Jack, he took it. Got rid of it one day when I was at school because I was too old, at, 10 or 11, to have stuffed animals and shit, and it really pissed me off. I hope it came to life and bites him in the afterlife in the nuts. Yeah, I know. Just like my grandma, lots of anger. But that stuffed fox and the stuffed bunny got me in trouble a few times. Because, you fall out of bed and you're a kid. You go get it and poops gets under the bed. And guess where my mom always decided to hide her Christmas presents for me? Under the bed. So I always got accused of doing shit I wasn't doing. You were looking through your presents. I was not. I was trying to get my rabbit off the floor. Don't lie. So I always got accused of lying. Which means, I figured out whether I tell the truth or whether I lie. I always got in trouble. So the kid, what's it going to do? I'm going to lie. I became very, very, very good at it for a long time. I grew up and I decided maybe I didn't want to lie anymore. It's just hard. It's like a lot of work. You could just tell the fucking truth, and it turns out people weed themselves out whether they like it or not. Yes, that's the mannequin behind me if you're wondering. I made him turn around so he can't look at me with his shame, all naked and shit. It's a plethora of them. That's the full moon back there. Another naked mannequin. You're wondering why I'm weird. It has everything to do with my upbringing. Special classes told us we're unique, and my grandmother made me feel unique. All that educational programming, I could write before other kids could even say the alphabet, and I'd watch Sesame Street, and I would go in my room while my grandmother watched her programs, and I would just draw all the letters I just learned, and I'd put them together, and I'd run out there, being little, 2, 3, into my grandmother, and I'd be like, what's this word? Is this a word? Is this a word? And if it was, she would circle it. And my first word I ever spelled was lock, and I didn't know what that was because we never locked our doors back then, So she showed me all the locks. She didn't have to, but she showed me door locks. She showed me like locks on the cupboard. She showed me locks on the car. She showed me all the different ones. And then she bought me a dictionary soon after, or gave me one or whatever. So when I'd ask her the meaning of a word, she'd tell me to look it up, but she showed me how. And I've always told people for eons, the only education you need, truthfully, is the one that teaches you how to read, write, do math. That's the most important things. Critical thinking is something you kind of learn in life. You know, if you take enough chances, if your parents don't helicopter parent you, if you leave the house, you learn critical thinking. If you're left out to your own devices. I remember when I was still in elementary school before we moved and I got transferred to another one. They have those fucking metal animals on a spring, you know, and I don't know what the hell got in me. I know how to ride it. I just jumped on that thing and rode real hard, all crazy like and shit, and bam, knocked my fucking teeth out. Because that's what happens when you ride a big stainless steel or cast iron fucking thing on a spring unsupervised. Critical thinking teaches you to next time approach a new object and think about it really hard. Figure out how it works before you jump on there and knock your fucking teeth out. Oh, it's some crazy shit. I liked Naramake School. It wasn't so bad. There wasn't a lot of bullies or anything. You know, I had friends in my neighborhood. I was the only girl, so I mean, I did get picked on a lot, but I wouldn't say friends either, but I had kids I played with. I guess that's, you know, friends and stuff. Mostly, and they were all boys. There was that one girl, but she was kind of snotty across the street. And then my cousin, I didn't know was my cousin. You know, Lisa. What the fuck is that? One of my favorite shows growing up was Dukes of Hazzard, you know. I wanted to live in the country. I didn't really want to hang out with Bo Duke or Daisy Duke or any of them, but I wanted to live out in the country and just be able to get in my car, drive crazy, and just trees everywhere. I've always loved nature. And I blame that being my pretty solitary childhood, you know. It was nothing much to do. Walk around the neighborhood, go play in the woods. There's like a strip of woods behind everybody's house in our neighborhood. And we go back there all the time and play. And I always loved going with my grandma in the woods and looking for pussy willows and blueberries and blackberries and raspberries and all that shit. I like exploring the world, but I had more to say, but I guess there's some more later. I'll get some more stuff this weekend, I promise. It's been super duper busy with work. We're doing the tours, and then bam, I had to go sit up in Florida, and we were doing so much other work because Philip abandoned us. And I'm working my face off right now, and I'm going my tour. I'll do 5.3 in a couple days. Bye.